Welcome back to Mountain Movement. Today we have a super special guest. He actually paid us to be on this podcast.
It's a lot of money.
Just kidding.
It's a lot of money.
Anyway,
It's worth it.
we want to welcome Mike Lady. Mike is a good friend, entrepreneur. He owns, what was that again?
Dent Solutions.
Dent Solutions. And then he's actually black belt in jiu-jitsu, so don't mess with Mike. But yeah, thanks for coming,
Yeah,
Mike.
for
We
sure. Thanks for
really
having.
appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good to be
just
here.
forewarning, he didn't actually pay us. But yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
It's an honor. Why don't you kind of tell us about who Mike Lady is?
Yeah, well, if we go way back, I was born in 1974.
Oof.
I know, so I'm officially part of the best generation.
Yes, that's what it is.
It was like we
The
had
greatest
we had
generation, for
enough
sure.
technology that we had fun, right? Like it wasn't the Pong generation, right? Like we had like Atari coming out. So we had technology, but you had to like buy the specific game, and you had to go over to someone's house to play it with
Right.
them, and you had to get out on your bike, and your parents didn't care where you were really, right? Like
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
I mean, yeah, go on out and build forts in the woods, and man, if there's a homeless guy behind the supermarket, you better ride your bike fast because he might get you, right? So it was just a fun time to grow up.
And you grew up here local? in
No, I
Boise?
grew up in Tennessee and Virginia.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
the
can
east
hear
side.
that just a little bit.
Yeah, so if I wouldn't, it's funny. My wife grew up in California, and when we go back to Tennessee, like it's
comes
quick.
back.
Oh man, I'm fixing to go down to the Walmart and pick up some good eats, you
Yeah.
know. And so we moved out here in 2005.
So you were
Okay.
Tennessee for a long time.
Yeah, Tennessee and Virginia. Yeah, so we moved
And
to
Virginia.
Virginia, East Coast, Virginia Beach. area.
Virginia, like, did you know Hatfield's out there? Are we
And
talking
the
West
McCoys.
Virginia? And the
Yeah,
whole
so
thing?
I think that was West Virginia.
Yeah,
or
okay,
Kentucky,
okay,
right?
that was
it
West Virginia,
or
Kentucky. You're right.
Yeah, I
You're
mean, we
talking
were
Virginia,
hillbilly,
Virginia.
but that's like deep woods hillbilly.
Yeah, that's hillbilly.
How dare
That's-
you?
hey, I
How
don't-
dare you?
Yeah,
That's so when you moved out here, is that when you started the?
So I worked for a company in Virginia for about
Doing-
doing paintless dent repair.
Oh, okay.
So it was a meantime, in between time. I went to a men's league soccer thing. I was pursuing a master's degree and go to this men's league soccer thing. And a guy was like, "Man, have you ever thought about doing what I do now, paintless dent repair?" No, I haven't. I'm working on this. He's like, "Hey, you might want to check it out." And so I did. I was like, "Hey, man, this will be a great like in between job." And man, I started working for 7 years, and we moved out here and just started my own business once we
Nice.
got out here.
Yeah.
And it really suited me and my family, right? Like I had a lot of time to be able to afford the living we wanted, but at the same time, go to all the field trips, go to all the doctor's appointments.
How did you make that work?
I just did it.
Okay.
Right? Like I just did it.
Right.
Like it was just like,
Yeah.
I mean, this is,
Right.
I didn't make as much money,
Right.
because I'm just an owner operator, right? Like I don't have employees. So it's just me, and my kids my sons work for me some. But I just didn't make as much money, right? Because it was important to me. I wanted to go to the doctor's appointments. I didn't grow up with a dad, right? Like, I mean, I'd see him periodically, during the year, but we didn't grow up around him. And so I wanted to be the dad that was present, right? Like I wanted to go to the doctor's appointments. I want all the field trips. You're going to Flying Pie to make pizzas? I'm there.
Right.
Oh, we're there for 2 hours? I'm there, right? Like I may not make this much that day. I'll make this much. And
Yeah.
it was worth it to me.
So did your parents divorce? Is that?
When I was 3, my father was in med school, where I think he was still in med school. And so we were in Memphis, Tennessee, and for different reasons, they split up. And so my sister and my sister 18 months older than I am, we lived with my mom for the most part. And then we go visit dad at Christmas
2 Christmases.
and summer. Yeah, dude, it was pretty cool. Cause so we'd have, I mean, and it was all I knew, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it was, so we'd have Christmas Eve with dad's side of the family. And then I can't remember exactly how it worked, but either my mom would pick us up or he would drop us back off, and then we'd have Christmas morning with my mom's side of the family.
Right. Did you find it a little bit more struggle on the growing up side?
Oh,
of it?
yeah, for sure. So my, for me, like it was definitely like you're wounded. Like,
Right.
I mean, it's definitely like you don't know why as a kid. And my parents did a great job. You guys did a great job. Mom, you did a great job. And Dad's no longer here. So you did a great job too, Dad, wherever. But they never talked bad about each other. Right. Like, so I never heard anything negative about the other one until I was an adult. Right.
Right, yeah.
And then they're like,
You're growing
hey,
up enough to
hey,
hear all the
man,
real
yeah,
stuff,
you know,
yeah.
and then even then they didn't bash the other people, the other person.
So when you
But it was tough. I mean, it was not, when there's divorce, it's just not the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
Right. And listen, I mean, there were things that were done in between my mom and dad that, I believe that she should have left
Right.
him, but it's not the way it's supposed to be. And especially for kids, like I didn't ask to be here. You guys didn't ask to be here, right? We were, chosen to be here by our parents. Hey, we want to have kids.
Right.
And so there was definitely, I was a wounded kid.
Was
Did
it-
you
Go ahead.
did you find, so you talk about being wounded and I feel like on social media a lot we see like the importance of the two parents is coming
Yeah.
out because divorce rates
right.
are so high and marriages don't last as long as they used to, and it doesn't have like the same priority for people anymore. But like, who was that father figure, if you will, that you were able to find, if any?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think I had an uncle that was pretty influential
on your mom's side?
on my mom's side. And the main reason was he was 12 years older than me. The main reason was because he would roughhouse with me, right? Like he would, and that was that's always been my language, right? Like, man, like touch and just, like he would roughhouse with me, and it spoke to my heart, right? He would sit down in the living room and play with all his toy, I just remember that, and he'd beat me up. He was only 12 years older than me, so it wasn't like he's 30 years older than me, and he's like taking it easy on me, right? Like, so my uncle, and we bounced around a little bit, and then we moved away from family for my mom's career. So male influence, a lot of coaches, there were a lot of, I was just always okay at sports, right?
And what sports did you play?
I played I played anything that was available.
Were you a wrestler?
I didn't wrestle. That school I went to I didn't wrestle. I played.
They wrestled.
We
It was
wrestled.
Oh,
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was wrestling. So I was big into soccer. Soccer was big in Virginia Beach area. And the school I was in didn't have football. It was a small Christian school. And so they had soccer, basketball, and I played a little bit of baseball. But really soccer. So I played high school, select. I played every season I could of soccer. And when I was in 5th grade, I remember playing basketball, and this coach, I didn't know at the time that he figured this out, but he figured out like if he could make me angry, like
You'd play better.
oh man, like I would run through a brick wall for you, right? So, I don't even remember. I wish I could remember what he did to make me angry, like because he would, and it was like just because I just had this, what I think a lot of people don't understand. Kids that are wounded, and that's trauma. Like when your folks
for
split
sure.
up, it's traumatic, right? Like even if you didn't see it, like I never saw them fight. I never, I was 3, but he was able to tap into that place that I would just see red, and then he would just set me loose on all these other little poor 5th graders that had no idea what was about to happen.
There had to have been some respect and trust there for sure with that coach.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I wish I remembered what he did, but I think I got set in that moment, and even before that, man, I'm just going to be uber aggressive, right? Like in sports, right? And I'm just going to be uber aggressive and use all the things I can do to try to be good without putting in extra work. I was never an extra work guy.
5 a.m.
Yeah, I
doing
was
that?
never an
No?
extra work guy. I was good enough to be good without extra work. I had this teacher. He was a coach of mine. He pulled me out of class one day, and he was exasperated with me. He was just frustrated, right? And he's like, Mike, you realize like you could be one of the better athletes to ever come through this school. And I looked him right in the eye, and I said, Coach Walker, like I appreciate that, but if it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. Right. And it was terrible. I mean, it was terrible. It was terrible. Right. Like it was, but that was kind of my, like, I'm good enough at this to be satisfied with where I am. And I think, man, maybe if I would have had a stronger father figure, my stepfather as well, like you're asking about, like, my mom got remarried when I was 12, and you don't think about it when you're 12. I didn't think about it. I mean, honestly, until I was in my 40s. I'm 51 now. When I was in my 40s, it hit me. Wait a second. This guy was 36 when he strapped into me. Like, that's not that old, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, because, I'm 12. I think he was 36-ish,
Wow.
right? Like,
Yeah.
that's not that old, right? Like, you're still figuring out life. You're still figuring out. I mean, he was a naval officer. Solid dude, right? Like, didn't have kids of his own at that point. And he strapped into me. Like, I mean, he strapped into a load, man. I mean, it was, and so, I mean, he's been a big father figure, and mentor, and even recently, just some different stuff.
He's
really
still
walked
around.
me oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been special.
I've watched some of your videos on Instagram and followed you and everything, and kind of we were talking before we started the podcast how you do like an inspirational deal where you're running stairs. A lot of them you're running stairs.
Yeah.
Which I can't talk when I'm doing that.
Ugh.
So that's impressive. Number one, it's like David Goggins. But you're talking about faith, things that kind of come to you.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm curious because you said that you went to like a small Christian school. Did that? Is that where kind of your Christian faith started? Was in school? Did it start in the home?
Yeah.
Where
So
did that
when I
begin
was
for you?
it was before. I think it was before my stepdad and mom got married. So I was probably sixth, seventh grade ish. We went to Baptist Church, Norfolk. First Baptist Church in
Hallelujah.
Norfolk.
Was it one of those
Yeah. So
with the super loud?
no.
Oh.
So this was like a Southern Baptist. Pretty. I mean, the same song, just as, or I mean, you want to come.
Are
down
you
and
in the
get
choir
Jesus?
first of all, or something? Like, are you a singer? I feel
no,
like
I'm
you're a
not.
singer. Okay.
No, I like to sing. We love music,
Okay.
but I'm no.
Okay.
I was in the choir growing up, though.
There you go.
Yeah. So went to church. I remember they had an evangelist or someone come. I go down front of the church, and my mom tells a story. Like, I think she's like, she's praying. She's, oh yeah, this is amazing. And then she looks down, and I'm just gone, right? Like, and I'm heading up front, right? Like I'm heading down to the front of the church, and so the Lord really touched my life then, and I felt, like, man, something's going on, right? Like, but there wasn't much change, right? Like it was, man, I want that. And I honestly believe, I don't know exactly what happened there. I don't know exactly how that works, but I knew that like, this is what I need. Like I need Jesus. Like I need him in my heart to heal my heart. And I mean, I wasn't expressing that. And that was the beginning, right? Like that was in the South back then. Most people went to church. I mean, it was the Bible Belt. It's the buckle of the Bible Belt.
Church, football, and
Right.
fried chicken.
Yeah, right? I mean, all of it, right? Like gravy, biscuits and gravy.
Oh, that does sound good.
Chicken and grits. Or wait, chicken waffles. There we go.
Yeah, and grits.
Yeah, and grits.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan.
So that was the first time the Lord really touched me at a fairly early age. And I think it set my compass, like my internal spiritual compass, a certain way, but there really wasn't much change, right? Like there wasn't I was still sneaking out at church and going to 7-Eleven, and
There could be worse things,
They
depending
didn't
on
have
the
find a
7-Eleven.
phone. There was no. That was the beauty thing too. Like growing up in the '80s, and I graduated high school in '92. So yeah, growing up in the late '70s, '80s.
Can we just respect the fact that that's the year that I was born?
what year?
92.
Oh, there you go, man. That was a
Yeah.
good year.
It was a good
Yeah,
year.
It was
my
a
high
good
school year
year.
birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so growing up in the '80s, they didn't know where you were. Like you
Right.
didn't have a phone in your pocket that they're tracking. Your parents are tracking you. Like, oh, why is Michael at the 7-Eleven? Right?
Yep.
So that was the beginning, though, of like Jesus really becoming real to me, and it took a lot longer until it really radically changed my life. But that was the initial splinter in my mind that, hey, this is real. Like this is real, but it didn't make a real change yet, if that makes sense.
Was it going to like that part of making that radical change? What I guess were you experiencing in order for you to
Yeah.
make
So
that change?
So from there, my mom gets remarried. We move into his house in Norfolk. So we went from Virginia Beach to Norfolk, and I went from a pretty unfettered, my mom was working, right? I mean, my mom was a provider. She was a dental hygienist, went back to school, got her master's degree, became a professor at Old Dominion University, teaching. So great
Wow,
story.
good
This
honor.
this is a total sidetrack, but this is a great story. So, my mom's not home when we get home, right? Like we get off of school at 3:00, right? And so we're in Virginia Beach. This is before before she got remarried. We're in Virginia Beach. We walk home from the school, right? Well, Michael, what is this? So 6th grade Michael, junior fire marshal, right? I'd have done the stuff, right? I get home and nobody's home, right? I mean, my sister is. It's me and my sister and a little buddy that, wants to get into trouble too. So we get some gasoline and we're like, hey, this will be fun to like, we've seen it on TV, do a little trail, you light it. Whoa, that's amazing, right? Put it on the skateboard wheels and turn them. It's, this is awesome. Well, when we did the line that's going to go, like, the gas, it's got a nozzle that big, right? It's like glug, 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 glug inside the garage.
It wasn't one of those safety nozzles.
Oh, man, there was no safety in,
Dude, those
in
things
the
are just
80s,
so
bro. There was no
annoying.
safety in the 80s,
That's
right?
right. They're not safe. They're just annoying.
No, man. So we light it and it goes whoosh, right? All the way up to the ceiling.
Oh.
And
Were you inside?
yeah, we're inside. The doors are shut, right?
Like in the garage?
In the garage, right?
Oh, my
I mean,
God.
we're 5th or 6th graders, right? Like idiot. I mean, we're dummies, right? And I don't know how to put out a gasoline fire. I have no idea, right? So what do?
Put water on it?
Yeah, you get a big pan of water from the kitchen, right? And you run out
my
into the
gosh.
garage and you throw the water right onto the fire. Well, it just poof, all
Made it
these little daggers of flame shoot up to the curtains on the garage door.
Oh, no.
Right? Now everything's on fire, right? And so my sister runs into the house. She calls my mom, who's in Norfolk, which is about a 45-minute drive. The house is on fire. Click. Right? There's no cell phones. There's no, right? She
Oh,
runs out of
man.
the house. The only way you get in touch with someone then is if they pick up the home phone, right?
Right.
Nobody's picking up the home phone. So
Right.
I run out, get a hose, and I put the fire out before the fire trucks get there. But it was just a good, like we were just free range. Like we were free range kids. So when my mom and stepdad got married, all of a sudden my mom didn't have to work, and they soon had my stepbrother, my half brother, Kevin. And so she's home now. So like we moved from being like, free range
Do whatever you want to
like
yeah.
now there's structure, and I had never had structure. And so it was a pretty monumental shift for me as a young kid. Went from public school to private school, right? So public school where they don't really care what you do so much, to private school where it's real small and they're watching you.
You gotta wear uniforms.
No, well, you had to wear like collared shirts,
You had to
no
look nice.
uniforms,
Yeah.
but you'd get in trouble if your hair got too long. And
Yeah.
You don't have that problem now, so you're
No,
you're good.
this is sleek. This is by choice.
Was it?
Yeah, it was my wife's choice.
Oh, wow.
No, so
Yeah.
I told my wife, and I'm sorry, this is a rabbit trail, but I told my wife, I was like, when I started losing my hair, I was like, okay, babe, you've got to tell me when it's time to shave, right? Like, you got to tell me when it's time to take it down. All right, so I was tying my shoe one day, and she couldn't see the bald spot on top because she's a little shorter than I am. So I was bending down and tying my shoe one day, and I look up, and she's standing there and just looking. She's like,
It's time.
it's time.
You reached that.
So okay, cool, man. So I go in the bathroom, and there you
You
go.
got a great head for it.
There you go.
Anyway,
There you go. It's the only one I got.
there you go.
Well, okay, so the childhood crazy, back
Pyro.
to structure, almost
Yeah.
lighting her house on fire.
And hair.
Why were there curtains in the garage?
I think it was an 80s thing, right? Like, you think,
where we
you know what I
go.
mean? Like, I was thinking that as I was telling the story, like,
Yeah.
because there were windows in the garage, like
Right.
in the door.
Yeah.
And I think it was just, it was, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it was just the 80s, right? Like,
That's the answer for it.
it's
Anything
the
in
80s,
it
man.
was the 80s,
Yeah, they
man.
had curtains.
That's all you gotta
I mean, you
say.
had garage curtains, right?
is-
Yeah.
funny.
I don't think I don't ever think I saw
Oh, man, you haven't
garage.
lived.
Yeah. So then let's go back to like that pivotal moment of, really making that radical change.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, throughout that time, like I knew the Lord was there. Like I knew, like
Even in the free range time.
I don't know about that, but after and I'll have to go back and look at the dates at some point, but after the time where I went down in front of the church, something shifted in me. Like, okay, this is real.
Was this before or after the fire incident?
This was after the fire incident.
Okay. All right.
Man, then they made me go watch these terrible videos. Had to go down to the fire station, and this big fireman, I'm real disappointed in you. You're one of my junior fire marshals, and man, I can't believe we're having to have this discussion because you passed. You did real good, right? And I had to watch these terrible videos. But so this is after that.
Okay.
And
all right.
so I knew it was real, but I walked, I walked a pretty sinful life. Like I wanted something tangible to fill the empty spot. Like I wanted something, so man, started drinking in high school, and with one of my buddies and doing different things, just sinful lifestyle. And then when I moved away to college, which, man, I don't know why you guys sent me to college. It was a mistake. It's what we did. Both sides of my family are professional people, doctors, nurses, hygiene. Like that's just what we did in my family was you go to college. I shouldn't have gone to college, right? They should have sent me to the military or something, right? But once I got to college and I was free reign, and it's interesting because I went to college in the small town, Bristol, Tennessee, that my dad lived in, right? Like I was playing soccer, like they wanted me to come play soccer there, but I went to his hometown. Right. Like, and I wasn't thinking in my mind, I'm not thinking I need connection with my dad. Right. Like I wasn't thinking that, but I got there and I didn't get that connection with him. And listen, as a dad of two kids that are two men that are in college now, like I want them to, I just had a conversation with them, both of them at different times this week. And just, hey, I just want to let you know, man, like you're an adult. Like I see you as an adult. You're not a kid. Like, and not as a heavy way, but just as I'm acknowledging you're an adult. You're a man, right? And
So figure it out.
yeah. So, and they are doing, man, these kids. I'm glad they're more like my wife than their mom than me. But I get to college and I didn't get that connection with my dad, even though he was 10 minutes down the road. I've never lived near him, right? Like
Right.
I've been 8 hours away, right? And we'd travel. And as a kid, this is one of the hard things of divorce for kids. When my dad would come pick us up for vacation, right? Like sometimes they'd come and we'd rent a house down in the Outer Banks with my stepmom and him and my
I love that show.
It's a good
It's a good
show.
show. It is a pretty
I
good
may
show.
have watched every episode.
I
You're right.
mean, except the end, man. Anyways, so as a kid, I would cry when my dad would take me because I'm leaving my mom. And then when he dropped me off, I'd cry because I'm not with my dad, right? So college hits, and I'm not thinking it, but looking back on it now, you're like, well, I wanted that connection. I mean, he'd go to the university. The University of Tennessee is a big deal in my family. I graduated from University of Tennessee, and we're Vols, right? My.
Can I add, what is a vol?
So a volunteer is a volunteer, right?
Oh, okay.
So we are the volunteers, right? I mean, Texas, all my Texas friends, right? Like they wouldn't be here if not for Tennessee, right? Like, because we volunteered to go help them. We volunteered to, try to save them in the Alamo. Like we're the volunteers. We'll go do what we need to do.
All right.
Now the Big Orange, I mean, it's awesome to see. It's not so awesome to wear, right? Because you're like, oh, what are you hunting? Or are you going to football?
Right.
But when I got to college, my dad would go to the Saturday Tennessee game. I mean, he had season tickets, right? I mean, it was like an hour and a half drive.
Mm.
But he didn't come to my soccer games, right? And this was the first time that he had been in an area that he could see my games, right? And so it was, and listen, he's never grown up with me. Like he's
Right.
never been a in-person dad, right? And so I don't even think he was thinking of it. This isn't a knock on him. I mean, I don't even think it was on his mind. He had different stuff going on. But for me, it was, right? Like you're not thinking this, but what's happening is you're like, oh man, he doesn't want me, right? Like, so it's like that trauma that you had it's like you double click on it and it opens up, right?
Yeah.
And so it didn't go away moving there. It made it worse. So I'm drinking, I start smoking a lot of weed. And really, the grace of the Lord is that nothing too heavy was put in front of me because I did anything that was put in front of me, right? Like I wasn't
Amen, brother.
right? Like it was just, hey, here you go. Like try this. Okay. Right? Like, and thank God nothing too addictive was put in front of me. So that was a train wreck. Like freshman year didn't go great. And I just kept going deeper into like trying to push away the Lord and at the same time fill the void with things of the world. Right. And, had to go home, work. That went okay. And then I went to the University of Tennessee. And man, I cut all my hair. I had long hair. I cut my hair. I threw away all my drug paraphernalia. Fresh start. Tabula rasa, right? Clean slate, right? Nobody knows me. But the problem was there wasn't a heart change, right? Like there was an outer change, but I knew all the lingo, right? Like I knew how to fit into the drug culture, right? And the party culture, right? Like, and I was pretty good at it, and so I got there. But the problem was after you've decided to make a change on your own and it doesn't stick, right? Like then it gets heavy. It got heavy for me. And thank God it got heavy then, right? And it wasn't like a 20-year sojourn into this dark hole, right? Like thank God it was like a year, like a couple years down this dark hole. And I remember made it through that year. And that summer I was in summer school and I go to this party and get real high and man, things just started getting weird. Like I didn't really know anybody. Things started getting weird. It was real trippy. And I got on my bike. I'd ridden my mountain bike there, and I'm just riding around. I was like, I got to get out of here. So I'm riding my bike around town, and I'm in this parking lot. And man, the Lord just assaulted me. I mean, it was like a full on, like, it was clear as day, right? Like, hey, Mike, you can keep walking the way you're walking, right? And you're going to continue to be separated from me, right? And when you die, you're going to be separated from me. Or you can turn now and walk with me, and I'll take all this stuff away, right? Like, I'll take all this away, and I will help you deal with the pain, right? Like, I will help, like, that place you're trying to fill up. Obviously it's not working. I mean, it wasn't this in depth, but like, obviously it's not working, but I can take care of that for you.
Would you consider that, I guess, theoretically your rock bottom?
Yeah, that was it for me. I mean, I had gotten to the place where when I would get high, I'd just start weeping. I mean, it was not fun anymore, right? Like, it went from being, hey, let's party, to, hey, this is not fun. And where did this go from, like, we're all partying to there's 3 or 4 dudes sitting around playing Street Fighter and like flunking all your class?
Yep.
Like, what happened, bro? This was supposed to be fun, right? Like, it's not fun anymore. And what was happening was the drugs were triggering, like, emotions.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it was opening me up to what was going on inside of me. And it was just cool because the Lord just met me, and it wasn't a beat up session. It wasn't
sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Which is super weird because you think that you're doing it to mask everything else.
But it accentuates.
Exactly. Yeah.
It, like, again, that double click, it's like, oh yeah, let's click on this, and whoo.
Right.
Right. And I mean, I remember we were drunk, and we're down on the strip, and we're at Taco Bell, right? And I go, oh, hey, I just want a cup of water, right? I didn't want a cup of water. I'm going to steal some Mountain Dew, bro.
The Baja Blast?
I almost, bro,
No,
this is,
come
bro.
on.
Oh, it was
come
the
on,
80s.
man.
I forgot.
How dare you?
They didn't have everything
No,
in the
this was
80s.
90.
They didn't have it as good as us. with
This
the
was
Baja Blast.
94-ish. Yeah, so there was Mountain Dew, and they busted me, right? And they walked me out, and I just start crying, and I do remember, like, I remember this guy's busting me. He's posting me up for stealing some Mountain Dew, and I just start crying, and I'm like, oh, my dad doesn't even love me, right? Like you're saying, like,
Right.
it just opened up the floodgates of emotion that normally I could do pretty good job of keeping in, but it broke down, like, the drugs and alcohol just broke down the wall, right? Which really was, I mean, I don't know how the Lord uses that stuff. I don't understand all that, right? But for me, he used it to, hey, bro, like, we got issues.
So when you're going through this moment on your bike, super high,
Yeah.
and drunk or whatever,
Yeah.
and the Lord is telling you, like, I'll take this away if you turn to me. What is he taking away?
Yeah. So what happened? I mean, it was radical. Like, it was in that moment. And I cussed all the time. I mean, all the time, right? Like, it was just a constant flow of language. I had this girl at a bar.
They say it makes you smarter.
Well, this girl, this was a good thing. So I'm just F-bomb this, F-bomb this, F-bomb this. This girl comes up to me, and she's like, Mike, did you know that profanity is the verbal crutch of an ignorant man? I effing like that. I effing like that, girl. And so that was a huge thing. Like, all of a sudden, and listen, this doesn't happen for everybody.
Right.
Right? Like, everybody's journey's different. Your journey's different than mine. But for me, it was, I didn't struggle with profanity anymore. The drugs and alcohol was done. Like, it was done. Like, it was just, I didn't even want it anymore. Right? Like, I mean, so that was the shift in the parking lot. Like, okay, cool, man. I'm in. Lord, I'm in. I want that.
And how old were you? 20?
I was right before my 21st birthday. Yeah, right before my 21st birthday.
That's hear quite a few stories like that, actually. I mean, I spent 30 days in inpatient rehab, kind
Yeah.
of relative as far as like your story, as far as like you don't change until something hits you, right?
Right.
Or you hit rock bottom,
Yeah.
right? And so it makes a lot of sense like that. And I didn't find Christ until probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things that it's crazy to me that you use it to mask the emotion,
Yeah.
but there's a switch that it just automatically, exacerbates it.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Did it make
that's
things
nuts.
worse for you?
What? The
Like
drugs and alcohol?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. I always say that if there was like a cutoff point, right, to where you think, okay, it's fun up until a certain point,
Yeah.
like whoever found that cutoff point would make a bajillion dollars.
Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's a cool story. So as far as like that goes, like you had the adjustment, right?
Yeah.
Did you immediately start going to church? You cold turkey.
So what
done.
happened? So what happened immediately was my mom had planted a splinter in my mind, like before I went to UT, right? Like, hey, if you ever don't know where to go to the Baptist Student Union, right? Like in the Baptist Student Union, it was super cool. It was almost like a fraternity sorority. Like they had their own house. It was amazing at the University of Tennessee. Good community, right, of positive people that are for the most part Christian, but you're not going to find a lot of craziness there, right? Like it's the Baptist Student Union,
Right.
So I didn't know where to go, like I didn't know what to do, but man, mom had planted that little seed, go to the Baptist Student Union. So I went to the Baptist Student Union, and they had a ping pong table, right?
Sold.
And dude, I had spent hours in college playing ping pong, right? Like I was good at ping pong, right? And so I go in, and if you're good at something,
Right.
yeah, come play, let's get in here, and or they were just being nice to me. They're like, dude, this dude needs some friends, man, like some quality friends, man. This dude's that sheep that Jesus has been looking for that we just heard about, right?
Right.
Like, this one needs to be found. So I went in there, and it was just a safe place, right? Like, and at the same time, I was trying to hang out because, I mean, I loved the people that I was partying with too, right? Like I loved my friends, right? And so I was still trying to like go to the houses they're going to, and they're all smoking up, and it's getting, oh no, thanks, man, I'm cool, man, I'm good. And
You were a wet blanket.
I was a wet blanket, right? Like, oh man, come on, man, like
Been there.
yeah. I mean, but you don't want to kick them to the
Right.
curb,
Yeah.
But you're just all of a sudden you're on
Different paths.
different paths, right? And so I didn't get plugged into a church, but I got plugged into the Baptist Student Union, and they let me play music, right? Like the guitar and play ping pong and just be a part of the group.
That's do you in the motivational space, I guess, do you know who Dan Pena is? He is a very vulgar he's a billionaire, and he talks about show me your 5 friends and
Yeah.
I'll show you your future, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot to be said, especially in business, like this, and in life altogether,
Yeah.
of being like, okay, if I'm surrounding myself with 5 millionaires, I'm going to be the 6th,
next, yeah.
right? And that was a huge help for me as far as like the sobriety part, for sure.
Yeah. Because the people at the Baptist Student Union weren't partying.
Right.
It wasn't even on their radar. And most of them had never partied, like had never been in that culture. And so it was refreshing, right? Like, oh, there's another way, right? I mean,
Yeah.
because since high school, well, we have fun, right? This is what we do for fun. And then it kind of took the mask off, like, oh, those Christian folks, they can't have fun, right?
Right.
Well, no, they can have fun, and it's a lot more wholesome most of the time. Not all the time.
And
but
less money.
and way less money, right? Like you're not having to do
so
things,
much truth
dude.
to
You're
that.
not having to do, I mean, you're not, it was terrible, man. There were 3 of us my freshman year of college, and we'd go down we figured out, I mean, it was a new thing, I think. But we'd go sell plasma, and the 3 of us would be lined up on our tables.
That was my college.
$70 a week. You did that? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, both my wife and I.
Right,
Yep.
and we'd leave with enough for a
Plasma it
bag, right? Like, I mean, it was an easy way to make money, So they weren't doing that stuff. Like they just, I mean, so it was important for me to get plugged in somewhere.
Right.
I just needed to be plugged in somewhere.
Did you find it difficult to kind of like, obviously you tried in the beginning to stay sober and still go to the parties and be a part of that crowd, right?
Yeah.
At like what point were you like, okay, it just doesn't make sense.
I remember the night. I'm sitting there at this party, and they're all smoking up, and no thanks. It was like the 3rd no thanks. I was like, I need to go. Right? Like I need to go. These aren't my people anymore.
Well, and I noticed this too, and even today, right? My family partakes in alcohol. To each is their own. Like you do you, right? Yeah. But like once it reaches a point where like they're just so not themselves, you don't really want to be around it, right? So it makes a ton of sense.
So it just became clear, like, these aren't my people anymore, right? Like, and listen, I mean, that group of people, I'm not making a blanket statement on people that,
we don't appreciate you.
We don't appreciate you. We love you.
Right?
Yeah, way to finish that.
What Mike said.
We appreciate you. We just don't appreciate all the things. Right. So it was good to all of a sudden, like, find people that were accepting, right? Like, and they didn't care. And I didn't feel like I had to share my story a whole lot. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't a big thing. It was just, these people have a ping pong table and they have fun.
Yeah.
Right. And I can still do the things I was doing that were fun. I'm just not going to do this stuff anymore.
Right.
And
it's interesting, right? We've talked about this too. I mean,
here we go.
I haven't, I wasn't out there getting high or anything, but like, I know I've had plenty of friends and family that have done that, and they say it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can only go based off of that. But clarity of mind and how your mindset changes, like you can still have some fun. You just don't get to have.
Oh yeah. It's just different. But if you've got you don't have to look far in my family history to see just the train wreck of that alcohol and drugs have done to, my father, while he was in med school, he's using drugs, was a drug addict and an alcoholic. Right. And it wrecked his family. Right. And then I've got other family members that have walked similar paths, and it doesn't go well. Right. And I'm not saying you can't drink,
right.
But you just got to be careful. So
there's it's a thin line. Actually, I heard the story the other day that this guy essentially had a dream where he was, in this grass field, and there was a fence along this grass field, and on one side there was Satan, and Satan came up to him and said, if you come to my side of the fence, you'll essentially be, you'll get everything you ever wanted, right? And then on the other side was Jesus, and he's like, obviously follow me, right? So the guy, thinking he was smart, just sat directly on the fence.
Wow.
Well, in the dream, everything apparently goes dark, and then Satan comes up to him and says, I own the fence.
Oh.
So realistically,
that's awesome.
You can correlate a lot of that to essentially, it's not even worth walking that line.
Well, I mean, and I don't remember where it is in the Bible, but God says, like, listen, man, I'd rather have you hot or cold.
Right.
Right. Like I'd rather have you hot or cold. Like, I don't want you lukewarm. Right. Because if you're lukewarm, I'm going to spit you out of my mouth, which is pretty heavy. Right. Like, I mean, and that's a great that's a great picture of like, know yourself. Like, listen, man, if you don't want to walk what I've chosen to walk, that's great.
Right.
Like,
That's fine.
It's not great. It's not great, but it's fine. Right. Like, we get to make choices, man. Like, but either be in or out. Right. And if you're out, don't try to act like you're in. Right. Like, know who you are. Right.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're in, man, let's deal with the stuff we still need to deal with, and don't try to hide it. Right? Like the stuff that we're still dealing with as men or women or believe, like, let's don't try to hide it. Right? Tell trusted people, obviously. I mean,
Right.
I'm not saying you need to
Right.
air your stuff out to everybody, but let's deal with the stuff we need to deal with so that we can be hot.
What you're avoiding makes you who you are.
Yeah. I mean, AA talks about, you're only as sick as your secrets.
Yep.
Right? Like, so let's don't have a whole lot of secrets, man. Like,
Yeah.
and again, you don't have to share all your secrets with everyone. It's not wise to share all your secrets with everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Josh.
So we're actually here for Josh.
I don't know what that means. What you're implying here, I'm curious now.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
Yeah.
When you go to Tennessee and you're expecting to see your dad or something, right?
Yeah.
Or something there. Did you ever have that discussion with him later in life?
Never.
Never.
I was until the last probably 5 years of his life, I was scared to bring up anything that I felt could damage the fragile relationship, right? Like, and I don't think it wasn't a fragile relationship, but I was just scared to say anything that I didn't know how he would respond. Right. So especially back, like, no, man, I never brought up. And I have a firm belief that my dad and my mom were doing the best they could. Right. Like, my dad didn't have malicious intentions to treat me poorly. Right. Like, I truly believe that. Right. And so it wasn't until 4 or 5 years before he died that I was just able to receive him this is who he is, right? Like, he wasn't going to the University of Tennessee football game instead of my soccer game because he didn't care for me.
Right.
He just goes to the football game. That's what he and my aunt and uncles, that's what they do, right? Like, and I just don't think it was even on his mind. Hey, maybe I should stay in town. And he was dealing with his stuff, right? He was dealing with his stuff, running a business and a marriage that wasn't fantastic. And, he had his stuff, and I'm sure that was his release.
Right.
Going down to the game and taking a whole day to not have to worry about stuff. Like, that's a long answer for your question, but no, I never brought that up. And once I was able to just receive him for who he was, I didn't need the answer anymore. Right? This is just who he is, man. I mean, I didn't need it anymore for me. Right? And yeah, and I don't even know when I realized, like, oh, you went there to be near him. Right?
Right.
And because I'm not thinking in my mind about those wounds when I'm there. Like,
right.
Oh man, that just got bigger. Oh, that sucked. Right? Because if I was, I'd have done something about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you meet your wife in college?
No, I didn't meet, my wife and I didn't get married until I was 29 and she was somewhere around there, So I had graduated college. And after I graduated college, I went and worked for my uncle, who was, kind of a mentor to me, and he was in cemetery and funeral home sales. Pre-need.
Wow.
Right?
Thrilling.
Pre-need, right? So I got a psychology degree with a minor in English. And so I could think about reading.
Those people don't talk, right?
Right. So it was, because I didn't know what to do. I was pre-med, like, while I was because my dad was a doctor. So I'll be a doctor, right? Pre-med, chemistry 2 doesn't go well with getting high every night.
I will say you do look like a doctor, though. I'll give you the appearance of looking like a doctor for sure.
If you want to call me Dr. Lady, I mean, you can.
that is it.
That's got a ring.
Yeah, that's got a ring.
Dr. Lady.
All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna start some.
All
Your
right,
Instagram's gonna turn into that.
there
soon.
you go. So, chemistry, second semester. I barely got through the first semester with a C. I mean, with tutors and hit second semester. This is when I was partying. Day one, 250 people in this auditorium class at University of Tennessee. Dr. Kleinfelter was his name. He just gets up, he looks around, surveys the auditorium. 50% of you are going to fail this class. Just to let you know. Just straight up said it. And about then, you could tell who the smart people in the class was, because about 15% got up and left, right? Because you had options on who could teach your class at the university. Right. I mean, there were multiple teachers. So they get up, left, they probably go to another class, or they become psychology majors early before they fail the class. I'm like, whatever. Failed that. And
so you failed the class.
Oh yeah, bad. It was terrible, man. You had these you could fill out an index card with any information you wanted, right? So my buddies and I, man, we write so small. And I mean, this index card had all the secrets of Chem 2 that were available. You just had to know how to use them, right? And so the people that passed, they had an index card too, and there were like 3 things on it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we all failed that. I can't remember what your question was. I'm sorry. I got on a rabbit. Rabbit trail.
No, we were going into your wife, how you met your wife.
Oh, that's right. Anyway, so I graduate. I'm doing the cemetery funeral home thing. I realized that's not going to go well. And so I felt a call to be a pastor, right? So I'm going to go be a pastor, right? So I went back to Virginia Beach and started seminary at Pat Robertson School, Regent University. And so my folks were going to a church. I get plugged into the church, and real vibrant, real strong singles ministry. And she just walks in one day to the church. Her father was a Nazarene pastor in the area. So he had his own Nazarene church, but they didn't really have a singles group. And so these were different thoughts on theology, like between the Nazarene and the more Reformed church that I was going to. But he was like, hey man, they got something good going on over there. Why don't you go over there? And you don't want to come here. We don't have any single people here. Go over there. Seems like they've got like some good stuff going on for your age group. So she walked in, and I don't remember if I saw her the first time she walked in, but she tells the story that she walked in and saw me and went home and told her mom. She's like, I saw my husband today, right? Like, yeah, I like.
Does that make you feel good?
Yeah, it's cool, right? Like, it's a cool story, right? Yeah. Like, so she calls her friend from Pennsylvania that went to a sister church, and she's like, Barb, there's this guy at church that I saw, and Barb, one of her friends from college, she was like, you mean Superman? Right? Like, cause I had hair, right? Like I had like Christopher Reeve hair, sure, right? Like I had like decent hair, right? Like nobody's calling me Superman with the bald head. And she's like, yeah, that guy. She's like, oh yeah, that's a solid dude, So anyways, she starts coming.
You sure that's your wife telling the story, or you?
That's her story, man. That's her story, right? And I'm sticking to it.
That's awesome.
And so she starts coming to the small groups. I was leading a small group, and she starts coming to the small group, and it was pretty cool. Like, I was trying to throw her off the vibe because, I'm a single guy leading a single small group, right? So I was pretty aware. Like, I didn't want to throw like vibes out to girls, right. Like I don't want to be that guy, right? So we would walk girls out to their car. It's the South, right? So as if a single girl was leaving, like a guy would walk her to her car. Like it wasn't weird. It wasn't like, oh, we're the patriarch. Like it wasn't any of that. It was just a thoughtful
volunteer.
Thing to do. Yeah, we're volunteers. Yeah, look at you, man. I like that. We're balls. So I would have somebody else walk her out. Hey, would you walk Jen out? because I didn't want to throw off the vibe that I was digging her. And so anyways, one of the guys that I sent out a couple times to walk her out started liking her. And he was a buddy of mine. And I was like, hey, bro, can we go have coffee? Right? Can we go grab a coffee? So we go have coffee. And I was like, hey, man, listen, I know you like, and he was liking her. He was thinking of asking her out. He had told me. I was like, man, that's great. She seems like a great girl. But like, I'm going to go after this one if you don't mind. Right? Like, and he's like, oh, okay. So I was like, wait a second, dude. Like, don't get this twisted, man. Like, you better get on your horse and get this one pretty quick. Like, she's going to go quick.
Right.
And, so we got married, and it's been awesome. It's been great. Yeah. I mean, the Lord crafted her for me, right? Like, you know, good and bad. I mean, the bad ways are, you know, like it's iron sharpening iron, right? Like that iron sharpening iron isn't just about two buddies.
Right.
Right. Like she sharpens me, but sometimes, I mean, she's working out the burrs, right? Like she's honing my blade.
That whole accountability thing.
Right.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
So that's how we met. Like I was 29. We were both right around that age. And, we got married, got, pregnant 6 months after we got married. Cause it was like, hey man, we're 30. Like if we want to have kids, like let's do this thing, you know? And,
And you had 2 kids?
Yeah, 2 kids, 2 boys. And
Did they go to Tennessee?
no.
Oh.
No. So one of them is at NNU, which is a local college,
That's where I
Northwest
went.
Nazarene. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's at NNU. He was running track. He was a scholarship track and cross country athlete, which by the way is, I mean, what a sport, right? Like, hey, what are we doing today, coach? We're running a long ways today.
That sounds absolutely
Hey, what are we doing tomorrow?
horrible.
Hey, we're going to start fast and then slow down and then go fast again and run a long ways, right? So a lot of dedication, a lot of devotion. And he's done phenomenally well at NNU. And then my other son is at College of Idaho and doing great. Just finished up his first year. He's playing football.
Good deal.
Yeah, they're both just killing it. I
Nice.
mean, yeah.
Now, in the beginning, I brought up jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
You are a black belt.
Mm-hmm.
What did that journey look like? How'd you get started into it?
Yeah. So when I got started 10 years ago, there was no jiu-jitsu in Nampa, right? I mean, so Nampa, Caldwell, the main jiu-jitsu was the closest jiu-jitsu was Team Rhino in Meridian.
Oh,
And-
wow. That's
And
yeah,
it was a
going
pretty
back.
good haul, right? And I went and we had done Tong Soo-Do. So as the kids were growing up, we did Tong Soo-Do, which is a Korean martial
Right,
art. So
yeah.
we all got our black belts in that, and then they wanted to go do sports, and I was like, oh, this resonates with me. Martial arts resonates with. I like it, right? I like being physical. I like, and so it's like, well, I want to try this jiu-jitsu thing, right? You're watching the UFC, you're seeing this stuff, you're like, that looks cool. And so I went and checked out Rhino, but it was too far. It just didn't fit with the family stuff. I wasn't going to be able to go at night. So I went and bought the Gracie University DVDs, right? Because they weren't streaming at the time, right? So I bought the DVDs. I talked 2 guys that I knew into coming to my house. I bought mats, went to Play It Again Sports, bought mats, filled the garage with mats, and then I'd bring out the TV and the DVD player. We'd watch the video, and then we'd just try to destroy each other, right? We didn't know. We're all
Right.
we're not even white belts, right? Like, so we're just learning the lessons, and that's how it started. And then a gym opened up in Caldwell, and I went there, and it was just cool because 10 years ago, I was 41-ish, right around there. And I go to the Caldwell gym, and there are a bunch of young guys, wrestler that had wrestled or doing MMA. And it was like, okay, like I got to figure this thing out because I can't out athletic them. my red line, and this is something you guys have to look forward to. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, in your 30, like in your early 30s, like your red lines, I don't know, 6,500, whatever. Like, oh, I'm getting a little. Well, it just decreases a little bit, right? So you have to learn. Like, for me, I had to learn how to play guard in jiu-jitsu from the bottom, right? Like, I had to learn, like, because these kids are wrestlers, right? And they're big, dude. Everybody was big, right? And I'm not that big, right? Like, so I had to learn how to play jiu-jitsu, right? So went there, that place closed, went to another spot, it closed, went to another spot, it closed. And then finally 208 opened. Sam and Melissa Campanella came from Bakersfield, and they opened a gym in Nampa that was like 3 minutes from my house. So I started going there, and I've been there ever since. And the cool thing, there's a lot of cool things about jiu-jitsu, but one of the best things is for 2 hours, right? The class is from 6 to 8, or the crazies that go in the morning, right? Like the 5 a.m.
Yeah,
guys.
like those guys are
problems.
Yeah.
Problems, right?
You know,
they're chasing demons, bro.
They say that the most successful people they have a screw loose.
Bro, the 5 a.m. class was gonna be best for my family, right? And so I was like, I'm gonna be a 5 a.m.er. The problem is you've got to wake up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Right. So you
At
got to,
least.
and I'm not, and we don't go to bed real early. Right. And I'm not crazy disciplined guy. Like, I'm going to bed at 8:30. Right. Like, I had little kids,
Right.
man. That's not happening, man. I'm gonna play with them until it's time for bed. Right. So I started going to the 5 a.m. class, and dude, it's rough, man. These guys are there for a reason. They are there to get after it, right?
They have a screw loose.
Bro,
I'm
so if
telling
you get the wrong guy, you're in trouble, right? So anyways, that lasted like a week and a half, right? And I was like, okay, I'm a night guy. But one of the great things about jiu-jitsu is for those 2 hours, you really can't think about anything else, right? I mean, it's like a brain dump, right? The problems of the day, whatever's going on. For those 2 hours, like, all you're thinking about is not getting choked, not getting armbarred, and listen, you're trying to win, right? Like, you're trying to win, right? Like, you're
Right.
trying to submit the other person or get a good position, or you're working on something in particular. At the end of the 2 hours, you feel better. Like, you're kind of tired. You've been doing the things.
Really? Because I felt sore.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you get
really
sore.
sore.
Yeah. So what's funny is early in the jiu-jitsu journey is harder than later, right? Because you become proficient,
Right.
right? Like, dude, I mean, honestly, one of the best feelings in the world is being the 50-year-old guy, and I'm going with this just yoked up, young, right? Handsome young guy that's just all ripped, and he's, man, this
Like me.
like you guys, right? I mean, look at these guys. You can see,
Yeah.
right? So, and man, we do 5-minute rounds, right? And about minute 1.5, if they're not efficient, and I'm just, bro, like, I can annoy people because, like, we got music going and stuff, and I'll sing, and as I'm rolling,
I knew you were singing.
dude, I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Felt
Right? And they're like, I was rolling with a guy the other day, and got almost as close as you are, like, just right around us. Not watching, but it was a Saturday open mat. I'm rolling with this guy, and I'm in a position where I'm 100% safe. I've got a big shield up, like, he's in my guard, like, and he's working pretty hard trying to do stuff, right? And the guys around us are having a conversation, and I'm listening, right? Like, and I start talking with them, right? Where I'm chatting with them, and they get this.
You're just playing games.
I wasn't even thinking that though. Like, and this guy all of a sudden he just lets go. He's like, bro, like, I'm working, like, you're having a conversation. So you get sore, you get tired, but the longer you stay in it, the more you realize I don't have to be tense until I need to be tense. I don't have to exert a lot of energy until I need to exert a lot of energy. I'm sure it's like when you guys are having to handle someone on the streets, right? Like if you exert all the energy all at once the whole time, you're going to be worthless pretty quick. All that adrenaline dump's going to come and go. And
well, and that's the cool part about like jujitsu, right? Once you do become proficient, like it is a thinking game. You're playing chess under stress.
Yeah.
And to be able to have to make decisions like that, and you're countering moves, and I'm not speaking as if I know what the heck I'm talking about, but
no, but you're right. Yeah, no, you.
But do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to be able to do that under like that physical stress like that is, that's the cool part about it. You're making those decisions, on the spot,
and if you're with the right group of people, right, like that are going to try their best not to hurt each other. Right. I mean, stuff can happen, right? Like, I mean, you're grappling, but they're not there to hurt someone, right? Nobody's going home with a medal.
That was one thing that frustrated me was there was always like one or two younger guys that were wrestlers that came out like 100% the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
And that's all they know.
Right. Yeah.
Right. That's all they know. All they know is go hard, and I get it, right? Like, I mean,
hey, you're young. You're trying.
I'd have been terrible. They would not have liked me when I was 20.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, even post Christ, right? Like, I mean, dude, I would have not been fun on the mats, dude, because I would have tried as hard as I could.
Were there any like life lessons that you've learned from jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I think several life lessons. Number one, as we get older, like community can be hard to find, right? Like, you have to be purposeful in finding community, right? Like, you've got to be purposeful. If you don't have it at work, if you don't have it, like, if you're not going to a church, if you're not part of a group, you need to find community, right? So that's a big life lesson, and find a positive community, right? Like you talked about earlier, right? Like, so that's been a big lesson. Like, oh yeah, man, like for the most part, most of the people there are phenomenal people, right? Like almost everyone and they're there for their own reasons, weight loss or, self-defense or just to have fun or, I mean,
they enjoy the pain.
Dude. I mean, it is a weird group, bro. It is. Yeah. There are some screws. Listen, if you can get your blue belt, you got to screw loose. Right? Like there's something you've hung in there long enough to be like, oh yeah. So community, that's been a big lesson. Like that's important. I think too, just being able to, there was a season in my jiu-jitsu when I was a white belt. I remember the day was terrible. I was at an open mat. I got there a little bit late and there was nobody left to roll with except for this one guy. I didn't know he was a white belt too. But he was probably 5'8" and probably 350 pounds, right? I mean, he was massive. And I didn't know what I didn't know. I'm just a white belt, right? Like barely a white belt. And we start rolling. And now I'm never letting that guy get on top of me, right? Well, this guy ended up on top of me, right? And I'm trying to work. I'm trying to do the only stuff I know to do. I can't move this guy.
I can't even bench 315.
Right. I don't even know if the guy was on top of me right now. I mean, it would be bad. Yeah. Right. So it was the only time, it was the first time in my life that I had like a panic attack. Right. And I don't have panic, but dude, it was terrible. I tap. I had to walk outside, and I couldn't catch my breath. I felt like I was dying. Right. Like, and there was a season where it started happening a lot. Like when I would get close to the red line, like I would start panicking, right? If somebody mounted me, and so I had to learn how to work through that, right? I mean, it was a journey of like how to take care of myself enough. So that was one of the big lessons, like how to deal with panic. Like you'll see some new white belts come in and you mount them, right? Like, and you're on top of them doing, and all tap. Hey, what's going on? He's like, man, I just, you can tell they're panicking, right? Because you've got another grown man on top and you can't move and you've expended all your energy, and you're scared now. And not like I'm scared of this guy. You're in the jiu-jitsu, but you're panicking, right? So I had to learn like how to overcome that, right? I had to learn how to overcome that. You know, one of the best parts about jiu-jitsu is it's fun, and it's a never-ending rabbit hole of things you can learn, right? Because I have a game that looks like this, but man, I want to learn this too. Sam, the head black belt, the guy who owns the school at 208 puts it well. He's like, this is the map of the zoo, right? Now, we're going to go this way. We're going to go counterclockwise, and we're going to go see the elephants, and then we're going to see the snakes, and then we're going to go to the aviary and see the birds. But listen, you might show up and you might want to go right to the snakes, right? Like, and there's other guys that are hanging out in the snake house that'll help you learn that, right? So jiu-jitsu there's all these little pathways of different ways to play, right? So, and it's never ending, right? So it has helped me to continue to be inquisitive,
right?
Because the older you get, if you're not careful, you're not learning things. We become masters of our profession, right? Like I'm a tradesman, right? Like I'm a master at my profession. Like I've been doing it for 26 years. I don't have to think about it very often.
Your wife called you Superman. You're a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and you're a master.
And I don't say that in like but you
No,
become a master tradesman, right?
Yeah,
like
for
you're,
sure.
you know, I mean,
Was it 10,080 hours?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, and so 26 years of doing something, I don't have to think about it very often. I mean, every now and then, but not much. So jiu-jitsu has given me something else
To push yourself.
yeah, and to learn and I mean, I watch videos, right? Like I'm watching stuff. Oh, look at that. Oh, I got to go try that, right?
Do you coach?
I coach a couple times a month.
Okay.
Yeah, or if they need a fill in, I'll coach.
And do you find benefit and enjoyment there?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I want people to get better. Like I want, in the way I play jiu-jitsu, it's not super flashy, right? Like it's not super athletic. There's moments, right? But it's not the foundation of my game, right? Because it won't last for me. And I heard someone in a jiu-jitsu podcast put it well. They're like, I don't want to have to relearn jiu-jitsu, right? So the 40-year-old Mike was doing things that maybe I can't do now, but I don't want to have to relearn it, right? Like I don't want to have this game where I'm all up on my neck and, you know, tweaking, you know, and then I can't do that anymore, right? So now I have to relearn jiu-jitsu. So I have a pretty standard jiu-jitsu game, and I like being able to help people like connect dots, like, you know, do this, you know, I mean, it's fairly simple with some exotic stuff. You know?
Okay. So
yeah.
question, like play onto that, right?
Yeah.
I have there's a reason why I don't coach sports. I'm very, how do I put it? If I show you how to do something and you have done it, right? You've shown me that you can do it. But then when I'm not there to oversee it, why, like, it just goes completely awry.
Right.
How, like, do you get kind of like that frustration of like, hey,
I don't in this because I mean, dude, my kid, one of my boys sent me a meme the other day on Instagram. It was this kid crying at the dinner table, and his dad's helping him with his math. And it's like, hey, did you even have a childhood if this didn't happen to you?
Yeah.
And that was me, dude, right? Like I was the dad helping them with math because it was pretty easy for me the way I see it. And I'd get frustrated, right? And then they'd get frustrated and, oh, come on, you know, like, you know how to do this. We've gone over this, you know, and much to my chagrin now, like, you know, but yeah, like it can be frustrating, but not in jiu-jitsu, right? Like, listen, man, this is what I have to teach, right? Here's what I have to offer, right? If it resonates with you, cool. If it does, I don't care if you play the game like I do.
Right.
Right? Because listen, your body type is different, right? Like you may not like this style of jiu-jitsu, right? But you should know it just in case I do it to you.
Right.
Right? Because if I do it to you, maybe you'll have an answer. Right? So it's worthwhile learning it. So I don't get frustrated with that. I mean, we don't need to talk about when I was coaching flag football and stuff.
That's where it gets
different.
That's where it gets different.
It was bad, bro. It was bad. It was not.
Yeah.
It was not Mike's shining moments.
We just finished flag football literally this week, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Oh, do you like? As a parent, it is so frustrating. And like, Josh and I both played collegiate sports, right? And so when you're at that level, right, everything from the ground floor is basically forgotten, right? We are trained to win.
Right.
Right?
Right.
If you don't win and if you don't execute, you are just gone.
Right.
Right?
And everybody wants to win.
Right.
Even the kids in upward sports know who's winning.
So
right?
It's so frustrating as a parent. Like sometimes I have to like take a deep breath.
Right.
Because it's one of those things that I'm just like, one, I will never coach again. I just won't.
He says that.
I won't.
Right.
Dude, I will not.
Yeah.
Two, I know that because my boy's 6. And so right now is kind of the time to like praise them for doing it. Right.
Yeah.
And so I have to realize like he's 6.
Right.
But to my defense, like sometimes, dude, I just have to take a step back.
Right.
I'm just like,
I have to hold him back.
It's hard. Yeah. No, it's. So one of the things that I was telling you, my granddad, before he died, I don't know if it was before we started or after. It was about a month before he died. I went to the nursing home. Have we already gone over this, or was this before?
This is before.
Okay, so my grandfather, my dad's dad, about a month before he died, he's in the nursing home, and I'd gone back to Tennessee multiple times to visit him and sit with him and hang out with him, and we're just sitting there in these rocking chairs, right? And I just said, you know what, man, I may not ever have another opportunity to ask what kind of life advice he would give. He was 96, 97, something like that. And I mean, he was the guy that had like a button and thread box, right? Because, you grew up in the Depression, you keep stuff.
Right.
Right? Like you never know when you'll need that little piece of thread.
It's not, I will say, it's not just the Depression people.
Yeah.
Because my parents do the,
yeah. Frugal people.
In their pantry, there are like canned peaches from like 1970.
That might be a fun experiment. So anyway, so he's doing this whole list of stuff. I mean, I've got it written down. Like it was awesome, right? One of the last things he said, it may have been the last one he said, was, listen, your kids need to know you love them. They don't need a whole lot of tough love, right? And I grew up from the gym, you got to give them tough love and make sure and he was like, man, just make sure they know you love them, right? Like they're going to have enough tough things in their life where they don't need too much tough things from their parents, right? And it was, you grew up with the last name Lady, and I had to make sure my kids were tough enough, right?
Johnny Cash wrote a song.
Right, boy named Sue. Yeah, right? So, I grew up, my boys need to have thick skin. And listen, I believe men do need to have thick skin, right? Like I do. I mean, listen, we need to be able to take the arrows for our family. We need to be able to take the arrows from work and not bring it home. We need to be able to do that, right? Like we need to have thick skin as men.
For sure.
Right? So we were keenly aware as I was growing my kids my boys, that I don't want boys. I am not growing boys. I am growing men, right? Now, there was too much tough love at times, right? Like I wish I could go back and hug more, anyways. That was profound though. Like,
right.
Listen, man, like when we're coaching these kids, like and I'd get hot, man. I wanted them to do good, like, and everybody run. Hey, Johnny's messing around. Everybody up the hill, 3 hills, right? Like, and the parents loved it, dude. Like, they loved it. I mean, I was a pretty tough coach,
Because
right?
you were the bad guy, and they didn't have to.
Right, that's right. Yeah,
Exactly.
Send them to Coach Mike, man.
Yeah.
Coach Lady will get them right. And, but like, and they had fun, right? They did have fun,
yeah.
right? Like, if I could do it over again when they were young, like, number one, I learned it's way better to be the assistant coach. Like,
Or a sideline parent.
or a sideline, but the assistant coach, like, if you want to be
there
a
you go.
part of their, like, oh, my dad coached me,
Yeah.
right? Like, if that's important, it was important to me, right? Like, because my dad never coached me. So it was important to me. I coached all the way till they hit high school. And then, hey, there you go,
Right.
man. I got to go to work. If I had it to do over again, though, like, I would have been a little more subdued, like a little more, because it is frustrating. When
It's tough.
It's tough. It's
How
tough.
do you, it's because you're always trying to find the balance of it. And,
Yeah.
And you know what? When I look back, like, I didn't want to listen to my dad's advice on when, they're trying to coach me. And that, as a kid, you're like, well,
Right.
what do you know?
Yeah.
And I can already see that in my kid. What do you know?
Right.
But like,
yeah, Josh, what do you know?
I know, right? But I mean, I also remember those hard lessons. That's what's hard, is like, how do you find the balance between tough love and everything? And we're all on that journey, but I do remember some of those hard lessons, and I'm sure your boys are similar to where they remember those things.
Yeah.
And you know what? You figure it out.
Yeah, and we
You
laugh
know,
about
it's
it
good.
now,
Yeah,
right? Like,
exactly.
And listen, one big thing about being a man, right, that we don't all get taught, I didn't really get taught, is, man, if you feel like there's been things that have been highlighted in my life, and I try to apologize. Hey, I'm sorry. Like,
Right.
I'm sorry that I was this way. Like, I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry it affected you like that. Like, and listen, I'll try to connect dots. I was real big with my boys growing up. I tried to connect the dots for them. If we're talking about coaching, hey, I'm doing this because I love you. I don't love coaching. I'm doing this because I want to be in your life. And I never want, and I would connect these dots a lot. I never want you to have to wonder, did my dad love me?
My mom used to say that when she was beating me with a wooden spoon.
But did you deserve it? Maybe.
I think I look back, like, our high school coach he was hard on us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot.
Yeah.
Right? But then, the fun times that we had just seemed so much greater because,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, we would show up, and if you missed a sign or a bunt, we would be running for 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's what we would do
Yeah.
the next practice.
Yeah. And you
No, we
remember,
do it after the game. Yeah, after the game.
Oh yeah. There was one time
You're going.
yeah,
there
right.
was,
like, hey,
3 kids passed
off the
out.
bus and yeah.
Yeah.
So
3 kids passed out.
yeah, no, I swear, like, there were 3 guys face down at an opposing field.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good
and
times.
we won that game too.
Right. Right.
And that was the crazy part. And I'm like, dude, what the heck? But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm very, very thankful for it because
Yeah.
it comes down to, like, okay, he did it for a reason. Yeah, he wanted to win, but it's not just about, like, and from that, like, 15 to 18 range, like, you are teaching these boys to be
yeah.
men essentially, and how to get through the struggles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely. That guy was crazy. I love the guy, but holy smokes,
They
he
were
was
good times.
Well, and they expected you to be on it.
Yeah,
Like, listen,
For
we've
sure.
gone over this.
if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
And
I'll never forget that.
And you know what's going to happen if you don't do this, right?
Yeah.
Like, the precedent has already been set, right? Like, you will be running if this doesn't,
Yeah,
right?
No,
Like,
Yep.
it's like, it's not necessarily a scare tactic, but, like, I'm not a runner.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like,
Oh, here we go.
I was there 20 minutes early. I don't
Yeah.
think I was ever late
Yeah.
because, you know,
Man, look, you've got your own business and you're
Yeah.
doing good things.
Yeah.
Doing good things.
Right. I mean, it's important.
it is.
It's
Yeah.
important.
I wouldn't, going through addiction and every struggle that I've gone through,
Yeah.
I don't think I'd go back and change anything.
Yeah.
I truly don't.
Yeah.
I think there was a statistic that came out. You talked about trauma. A lot of the people that are successful in life had essentially that trauma,
Yeah.
right? Whether it be from this or that, right?
Yeah.
And so they've been able to overcome and
Yeah.
yeah. So, well, Mike, we greatly appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys,
Yeah.
man.
It's been great.
Do you want to shout out your Instagram?
I think it's just michael.lady.3.
You should go follow this guy. He does some great videos, motivational stuff.
Spiritual
yeah.
messages, all
Yeah.
good things. It's,
also-
Yeah, right now we're going through. I had a guy come up to me at jiu-jitsu. He was like, "Hey, I don't know where to start in the Bible." Right? My wife and I, we want to connect with God to a deeper level, but I don't know where to start.
Right.
And I was like, "Hey, man, a lot of people will tell you to start in the book of John, right? Like, and it's a clear story of Jesus's life, his ministry, and so I was thinking about it after. I was like, that's a great place to start. Have fun, good luck, right? And then I started thinking about it. I was like, well, and I thought about this pastor. Like, why don't I call Mark, a retired pastor, and ask him, bro, why don't you like do videos on like walking through the book of John and people can watch them and, and then I was like, well, why don't I just do that? Right. So I was like, I stopped the devotion I was doing. I was like, well, let me go back through the book of John
Right.
and try to do a little bit more in depth. So right now I'm just taking, chunks. And today we started I think we went through chapter 2 today and just kind of breaking it down. And listen, it's not all perfect, right? Like we're all theologians.
Right.
Everybody's a theologian. Whether you believe in God or not, you're a theologian. You have thoughts on God, right? Like you're thinking about things. And I'm trying to break down, so all my thoughts aren't 100% right? I mean, these are my ideas on this and, based off of what I've learned and teachers that have taught me. But I'm kind of walking through that now. I just put it out on Instagram and whether we like it or not, we're leaving a legacy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, is it a good legacy or a bad legacy? And I want my great grandkids to see videos of me walking them through the book of John.
For sure.
So anyways, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, go follow him, mike.lady.3. Is that correct?
I think so. I need to change that, right? I'm old.
He needs
I'm
to
not
be
a boomer.
The Mike Lady. That being said, we want to thank Detached Coffee for sponsoring. They give
good
coffee
job, Derek.
to,
we love you, man.
Derek's the man.
Yeah,
Derek
Derek's
is who
awesome.
set us up
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Mike in the first place.
Yeah,
So.
Derek's
Yeah.
awesome. He and his family are fantastic.
Yeah.
You
and
know
then-
Derek?
Yeah.
Oh man,
He's an animal.
Is he?
Oh, he's an animal on the mats, dude.
Tell him to lower his coffee prices. So when
Bro.
he's breaking my bank.
Or some free coffee. Let's
Let's
go.
Speaking
Let's
of,
go.
actually,
Let's go.
speaking of, when we close, we got some
Yeah, we do have
some
some
stuff
coffee
for you to
Awesome.
include Detach.
Awesome.
Giving
So,
us some coffee.
Mike?
Awesome.
Hey, thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
brother.
it.